So in this video, I'm going to go over one of my secrets that I spread a little bit around in Lowell, Massachusetts with the homeless. So there was a 20-year-old, there was a couple 30-year-olds that I taught this to. Now these were criminals who were stealing, robbing, breaking into cars to get their money to survive. And they used to come up to me and ask, Zach, how do you have money? How do you get free sandwiches? Stores just have you come in, they give you stuff off the shelf. How does this happen? How do you get all this free stuff? You get free meals, free snacks, free drinks. People just stop you in the street and give you money. How does this happen? I go, well, it's a combination of three things. First, you're nice, you're kind, and you follow Jesus. Second, you're willing to work hard and help others. And last but not least, you ask and you shall receive. And that's all I told them. And then a couple of them asked me to show me what you mean. I said, okay. So this 20-year-old who was working with a couple of the gang members, not Bad Boy, but the other ones, and he was trying to come up with a hustle, and they were going to have him break in the cars. He came up to me and said, isn't there a better way just to make $20? I said, yeah. I said, I'll make you 10 right now. So I said, walk with me. So he walked down the street, and I said, this is the combo. First, you need to be a good person. You need to be kind, honest, follow Jesus. Second, you need to be willing to work and help others. Third, you ask and you shall receive. So we walk down the street, and I go, and I'm looking, he doesn't know this, but I'm looking at the people passing me. I'm looking at the people coming in front of me and passing me. So I see one person I know goes to the church up the street. Now, I've never met this guy in my life. I've never known him. I've never talked to him. He's a total stranger. I just know where he's locally. But he's coming up, and I say, watch this. The guy comes up and says, excuse me, sir. I'm trying to teach my friend over here that crime doesn't pay, and you ask and you shall receive. Is there any chance that I could borrow or I mean, I'm not going to be able to pay you back, so is there any chance you can give me $10 and I'll give it to him? And then I just stop, and the guy goes, sure. Pulls out his wallet, pulls out a $10 bill, gives it to me, says, I hope you guys have a great day, and keeps going. Now, normally I'm not that. I just sit on a bench, or I go to store asking if I can help. Can I empty your trash? Can I do your windows? Do you need a cup of coffee? Do you need me to go to the liquor store? Oh my God. Do you know how many people run businesses who want liquor during their shift? I never realized it until I started doing runs for stores. But they want liquor, coffee, cigarettes, liquor, coffee, all the time. Anyways. But on this occasion, I just asked straight out, told them what the kid needed, got the $10, gave it to the kid, and said, look, you don't have to break in the people's windows. You don't got to commit crime. Just be a good person, ask for what you need, and it will come. Now, that is how all these stores gave me pizza, submarine sandwiches, drinks, coffee, free things. I even got free booze from another store, and they used to have me shovel their snow all the time. Oh, all the booze I could drink. There was a lot of deals like that. I would get free liquor, free coffee, free stuff. There was even a place that would give me cigarettes. Cigarettes, literally, just for free. Just for free. All I had to do was buy my lunch there. If I bought my lunch at this convenience store / sub place / cigarette and beer outlet, if I bought it there, they would let me get a pack of smokes. If I just bought my sandwich there on food stamps. I'm not even kidding. They let me get like a submarine sandwich on food stamps, and on top of this, they would give me a free pack of smokes. Awesome. They did do deals with food stamps for people too. I knew that from the African American kid, but they literally would just have me open a couple boxes, buy my submarine sandwich, free packs of smokes, and I'm out. These places were very good to me. But that was not because I am some type of person. That is because I'm a regular, Jesus following, helpful, good person. Now, I was found drunk on the side of the street. There was a lot of shit going on. There was a clothing store that didn't like me at all. I had to bounce in there thanks to some gang member stuff, but I should have never got involved with those people. I mean, it's kind of hard when you're living on a stoop outdoors. I mean, they come to you. It's not like you have any place to get away. I mean, I had these people going through my tent many times. These gang members would go through the tent cities trying to rob the tents because they had the protection. Now, that's a no-no. If you go into another man's tent, a lot of times they have the right to murder you. I'm not even kidding. If you're ever in Tent City and somebody goes into your tent, oh no. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a good way to get murdered. I mean, and nobody's going to help you either. If you think, you can't murder me, the police will get involved. Oh, yes, they can. If you're in Tent City and you're living down there, or if you're homeless and you get murdered, there's not a police officer on this planet that's going to give a fuck. You got murdered in Tent City while living in Tent City. It's your own fault you're murdered. Fuck you. Doesn't even matter if you're a good person. Doesn't matter. Tent cities have their own laws and regulations. If you're wrongfully murdered, the murderer will get murdered himself. That's just how it works. If you got friends and you're a good person, you'll survive it. And if somebody fucks with you, beats you up, then you'll have 5 other people thinking it's wrong and there'll be vigilante justice. These homeless communities in 10 cities, the police do not get involved in even a very well-known murder. Rick and Tammy used to be dating. Rick used to beat Tammy. Everybody in Tent City said, Rick, stop beating your wife. We can hear it all night. Stop doing it. People got involved. Tammy would get mad. One night, Rick was murdered in front of everybody. Everybody heard it. Some people witnessed it. The people spoke up to the police. The police did nothing about this very clear and evident murder. Nobody ever did a damn thing about that murder. I mean, yeah, they investigated it, and they heard that they knew who did it, but they never really charged or arrested anybody, even though they had multiple witnesses to a murder. I mean, there must have been at least 7 witnesses and at least 4 or 5 willing to talk. But doesn't matter. None of that matters. There's worse things that happen in Tent City. The only laws that matter are drug laws. If you get caught with drugs in Tent City and a police officer happens to be down there, you will go to jail. Other than that, everything goes. It's all vigilante justice. I mean, a cop can even light you on fire, but your neighbor cannot light you on fire. Your neighbor lights you on fire, and he gets a beating, stabbed, or lit on fire himself. So there is a very equal amount. Oh, if you steal drugs out of somebody's tent, you have the right to get beat and murdered. I'm not even kidding. If you get killed during the beating with the bullets, that's okay. It's the rules. Now, I stopped one of these and almost got a beating myself, but I saved the guy's life. This guy, Georgie, was stealing from other people's tents, and he had to get his murdering. You don't do that. So they beat him. He got part of his head caved in, a steel rod in his back, his legs broken. Oh, bloody mess, bloody mess. Oh, it was disgusting. I think only one of his legs really got broken, not both, but he was in a wheelchair shortly after that. His spine had a rod. It was all crooked. His head was dented in like an ashtray. It was disgusting. All of it. I was able to get that guy to the hospital and get in between the murderers or the people that were attempting murder. And it was pretty scary for me. It was probably one of the big moments where I had to choose, do I want to follow Jesus or do I want to follow, this devil, greed, selfish behavior that I see in so many others. So many other people would have sat there just like the other 5 people that night. There were 6 tents, 6 people. 3 of them had cell phones. I did not. I was not one of the 3. I asked the people with cell phones to call for help. None of them did so. One said he did later, but anyways, I got in between the murderers, stopped the murdering, and then I got him help. As soon as I could, too. I mean, the sun was needing to come up. We were in the woods. It was a bad situation for this guy to have his head cave in and be bleeding out. But I got him help just in time for him to be air flighted and and survive it. It was pretty bad. But these are the type of things that happen. And this is why when I try to go over these times and speak to some of these 20-year-olds going into these communities, I try to explain to them, just be a good person, don't snitch on anybody, let everybody do their own thing. If you see anything that's actually like murder level scary, you can talk about it with the people near you, but you do not come up like I'm doing. If you want to make money, do not commit crimes. You can just ask for the money. You can hold a sign. You can stem. There are ways where you won't go to jail and you will be able to make enough money to eat. Also, the stores in the community will love you for it. They'll see you as a different person. Not that I ever got that type of love. I wasn't well known. That's the problem. Also, a lot of the gay people around me and a lot of these gang members around me, the stores didn't like. I mean, I have gang members coming up to fuck with me, talk with me. I got crazy people sitting next to me on my stoop. You got all this different stuff going on. You got drunks walking with me. So the stores really didn't like that part of it. Now, the stores in Lawrence, they really loved me. They had me selling their K2. Well, it was a gray area. Technically, it was legal at the time. I would say immorally. The K2 stores were having me sell their K2 immorally. And the K2 stores were Smoke Valley, La Vecina, Smiley, and another little Spanish convenience store down the way that I almost never gave my time to. Those guys were assholes. Plus, they let some kid rob people out of there. I didn't like that. That kid who wanted to wear red all the time like he was a blood gang member, even though he's in a Latin King town that was about to fuck him up. I couldn't believe it. This guy's wearing blood colors, walking through the middle of Lawrence with like 40 Latin kings staring him down, and he's clueless. He's clueless. This motherfucker's staying in the Lawrence Shelter, 119 Winter Street. He's committing crimes out of a Latin King store, and he's wearing blood colors. Fucking nuts. These fucking 20-year-olds are nuts. They want to be something.